And now all of this used to be the American Tail Live Show and Five Oaks Playland. Now the American Tail Live Show lasted from 1990 till 1995, and the Five Oaks Playland area lasted from 1990 to 1997. See, this is the stage where all of this used to be a stage. Cool. And then from 1999 to 2012, it was the Terminator Ride. And when we first came here in May of 2007, I rode the ride myself. Let's just say that I wasn't ready for that ride when I was that young. And then became the Despicable Me ride since 2014. And just like it says on this paper here. You see, I wrote this paper to keep track of all of the attractions that were at the park here. So I'm using this as a cheat sheet. You remember that trolley that used to come here? It used to come through here. See, we would follow it and we would take that path next to the Terminator Ride. In the Coke Soak is where Super Silly Funland is now. Alright, now the City Guide for Pets ride used to be this white building here, and all I know is that it used to have this Leica thing from 2016 to 2017. And then a few years later they tore that white building down to replace it with the City Guide for Pets ride. But I don't really know about what used to be inside that building. All I know is that it looked really cool. That's all I know. That white building was part of this French Street over here. But all of this got changed from the French Street to an Illumination kind of land, or Minion Way. But I like to call it Illumination Land or Illuminationville or something like that. It sounds catchier. Zoo, yeah, yeah, yeah. Zoo, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, over here is where you used to enter that Walking Dead thing, but I'll get to that later. But right now, hey look, it's the Mystery Gang. Yeah, we can actually go up and hug them now, or at least some of them. Oh, look, there's Dracula. Where Starbucks is right now, there used to be this Blues Brothers show that lasted from 1991 till 2015. And then they replaced it with Starbucks. They replaced the Blues Brothers with a bunch of coffee. Oh, and the Universal Plaza. Over here, where the Universal Plaza is right now, there used to be the Wild 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 West Stunt Show that lasted from 1980 till 2002. Now, I know that that show used to be somewhere else before it became to be in this spot, but I don't remember where it was before it became in this spot. But they closed the Wild Wild West Stunt Show in 2002, and for 10 years, they used that area for Halloween Horror Nights and Grinchmas until 2012. And then the plaza came to be, but I don't remember when it started existing, probably around 2012 or 13 maybe. It is hard to believe that all of this used to be a stage. A Wild 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 West stunt stage. See what I did there? Even though the Animal Actors show now was pretty cool, I kind of like how the original version was. And look, there's Mel's. We don't go to this Mel's diner very much because we're used to the Florida one. No water today. There's Hogwarts, and there's where you can enter Hogwarts from Springfield. We already knew that. And now, we're about to ride the attraction that started it all. The studio tour. If we can get through the sea of people. There are a lot of people here today. And speaking of starting it all, this year marks Universal's 110th birthday. Yes, Universal first began in 1912, the year 1912. And what better way to celebrate than to go on the studio tour? Actually, the studio tour existed way before Universal became a theme park. The studio tour has gone through many changes over the years. Right now, it's a 40-minute wait. So let's see if we can get on it. Whoa.
Grab your 3D glasses and then walk back towards cars 3 and 4.
Express right here.
Oh, we can get on the tour.
As humanly possible.
The studio tour. And even though I got footage of us on the studio tour before, I'm gonna do it again because it's pretty much different every time, depending on when you ride it.
Come on in, everybody. You see open.
They recently got these new electric trams for the studio tour. Jimmy Fallon!
Hey there, you made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Alex.
And the greatest driver.
Marcus.
They're the best. I love them.
We've been making movies here since 1915, so if you do the math, we're technically in our 2nd century of filmmaking here on property. So we're getting pretty good at it. It all started with one guy, a guy named Carl Laemmle. Have you ever heard of him? He's the founder of Universal Studios. I'll show you what he looks like here. Here he is with his hat as high as his expectations for our studio, Mr. Laemmle, our founder. We called him Uncle Carl because I guess he made everyone feel like family. And he had a dream. He wanted to create a one-stop shop for motion picture making. He wanted to make a place where everything for a film could happen from start to finish. In fact, he wanted to make an entire city devoted to the craft of filmmaking, and that's exactly what he did. He made a city because this is not Hollywood, this is not Studio City or Burbank, this is Universal City, our very own filmmaking city between two very hilarious women. They were also working in this big soundstage to the far left-hand side, soundstage 21, so 16, 17, 21, all used for hacks. We use these three together a lot for productions because they're connected by this very convenient parking lot here that can become base camp for the show. It's basically the production hub where they park all their production trucks with their equipment nearby and the actors' trailers, the costume and makeup trailer, things like that right out here. Most recently in 42, we were making season 3 of Mindy Kaling's Never Have I Ever, starring Maitreyi Ramakrishnan. They're about to come back for more filming, I hear, tomorrow. And then right next door, soundstage 44, Home to Mr. Mayor, starring Ted Danson, who's very familiar with 44. He was also there for 4 seasons of The Good Place with Kristen Bell, so he loves this soundstage, keeps coming back, because sometimes you just want to go where everybody knows your name, and that's sort of his thing. So cheers, Ted, and cheers to this Ted as well. We've got Theodore out here toasting to his new TV show. Best of luck on your show, Ted. They're actually starting production on that right now.
A TV show about Ted?
This is where Illumination Entertainment has their offices. They brought you Despicable Me, Secret Life of Pets. We've got Monkey Paw Productions here. That's Jordan Peele's company. They brought you Get Out, Nope. And now we've also got Dwayne The Rock Johnson on the lot. His production company, 7 Bucks, is here. They've been working on the sitcom Young Rock. Look to the left-hand side, you'll see our most infamous bungalow of all time, 5195. Does anyone recognize that very mysterious silhouette? It's the master of suspense, Mr. Alfred Hitchcock, who used to appear in many of his films in these lovely little cameos. On the right-hand side, we have our metropolitan section of the back lot. And don't worry, it's not just this painting here that you see. It's going to be awesome. The first little stop in our metro section is Brownstone Street. It's the perfect residential street in any major city. It's where Bruce lived, and Bruce Almighty, check this out. So this part is an interior. It was filmed in a soundstage. Then they cut and came out here to Brownstone and finished the scene right here. In the computer, they cut the 2 shots together, make it look like it happened all at one time, but really they filmed it on 2 separate days. We're pulling into the cute cutest little small town we call Courthouse Square, but you guys probably know it better as Hill Valley from Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Both 2 were filmed out here. Over to the left, you see City Hall. That is the original clock tower structure, although things look different, don't they? They came out here for a show called Ghost Whisperer with Jennifer Love Hewitt. Didn't want fans of Back to the Future recognizing this famous set, so they covered it up. This building actually now has 2 front walls. These sets are often used by some of your favorite superheroes, like Captain America the First Avenger, Spider-Man 2, The Amazing Spider-Man, Transformers with Shia LaBeouf, all had epic action sequences take place on this very street.
Wow. Yeah, this is what the King Kong part of the steel tour used to look like from 1980 to 2008. Because of that fire, the King Kong attraction got burned down. So they replaced it with King Kong in 360.
Monsters and creatures from.
I wish I could see that real King Kong. I think usually you'd be able to cross that bridge.
I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it was great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so we're going to have
Any vehicle, that means boats, planes, motorcycles, flying cars, all count too. Even gyrospheres, we got one of those down here as well. Our newest addition, the Ford Anglia from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. They had to make 17 and a half different Ford Anglias for that film.
Wow.
17 and a half. One of them just got beat up by the Whomping Willow over and over. They called it Rambo. Speaking of fighting vehicles, be very careful, folks, because we are approaching this tank from Transformers. It's very powerful. It's covered in this super high-tech plywood. Very advanced.
To Jurassic.
That's right. Thank you, Dr. Hammond. Here we are in Jurassic Park. Of the windows on the lab, you can see where the wood is chipping away because you betcha that's also mostly plywood. I'm telling you, we make everything out of wood, including our dinosaur cages, which isn't a great idea because dinos can chew through wood, so they escape. Oh no! Oh no! The dinosaurs are on the loose.
Oh,
Who
no.
could have predicted this? It only happens every single time we
Oh
drive
no,
by.
not these guys again.
How much? I'm afraid we're gonna cause a flood. Guys, cut the rain, please. Oh, too late. We got a flash flood. Everybody take cover right now.
Flood. Whoa.
You might want to cover up. You just never know. You could get wet. Yikes. I'm so sorry. I did forget to say, if you're in a blue seat today, you may get wet. If your seat is blue, you may get wet. Check your seat just in case they're all blue. Every seat is blue. Oh. Well, this is actually where we got our start here in Hollywood. When we first opened, we were making mostly silent westerns, so this area got a lot of action. We had 6 different western streets in total at the time, and each street could support its own western movie. So we could do about 6 westerns at the same time in the same place. Why? Because they were silent westerns. If they were talking pictures, we would have to spread out the production so the sound doesn't bleed through, right? Look over to the left, this cute little lake. It's Park Lake with a couple of fountains, a whole family of ducks. But it wasn't always quite so nice out here. It used to be more of a black lagoon. From Creature from the Black Lagoon, one of our famous monster movies.
Oh my
I don't
god.
know how much you guys know about Universal history, but we're kind of famous for monsters. We made all those original classics: Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman,
there?
Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein. Where did we make these classics? Well, mostly in the little village off to the right. We call it Little Europe. I'm going to take you there, but I got to warn you. If you're a monster movie fan or a horror movie fan, well, Little Europe isn't much of a scary place anymore. Nowadays, it's more of a good place, from the good place. Welcome to the good place, y'all. You made it. This is actually based on a real place. It's called the Court of Miracles, based on the Court of Miracles in France. It's where one of our movies was set. Back in 1923, we made Hunchback of Notre Dame with Lon Chaney, the man of 1,000 faces, and that's how that little area got its name. We're in San Francisco. We might do a close-up. Sorry, folks, it looks like we're experiencing a little earthquake. No big. Oh, wow. Okay, big earthquake. Stay seated, stay calm. These things typically pass very quickly, okay? There's no need to panic. I repeat, there's no need to panic. Oh, no.
Oh no.
No. The roof just caved in.
No, don't hit us.
Panic. Excuse me, I said everybody panic.
Ah! Oh
Much
no.
better, thank you. Wow, we could be trapped out here for days. We must start rationing our food sources. So if anyone's got a snack or maybe a churro specifically, go ahead and pass it all the way up here to me for safe eating. I mean keeping. Safe keeping, of course.
Oh. Oh no.
Ooh, these things can't get any worse.
Never
Am I
say
right?
that.
Absolutely not. Look out, blue seats.
Oh, water!
Don't go chasing waterfalls. They made a whole movie about it. You may have heard.
Is that the
But today
same
that all
shark
changes.
from-
We've sent out our human representative George to speak with the sharks and hopefully form a truce. So wish him luck. He's talking to them, and they're talking, and he's screaming and bleeding. Okay, that's not good. I don't think that we have a truce today, folks.
I can name 30.
Oh, I should have thought of that. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm gonna find that shark so that you guys. Oh no! Look out! Oh, here it is.
Oh no, here he comes. Sharky! Sharky!
We've got a famous transformer out here to the right. Can you spot him? In our little extra picture car area. Yeah, Bumblebee is out here to the far right.
Oh,
And
there he
Bumblebee
is.
is yellow. That
There he
says
is,
something
back
to the
there.
audience about his personality. You may assume that Bumblebee is happy, energetic, brave, a little naive, and you would be right. You guys can
Big
handle it.
Mattel.
Modern audiences, very used to color films with a lot of violence as well. Up the hill, one of the oldest sets left standing in all of Hollywood, the original Psycho house from Psycho. And here's the Psycho himself, Mr. Norman Bates. Norman Bates was an interesting villain because he was sort of empathetic. He went through a lot of childhood trauma. He's maybe the most famous mama's boy of all time, serious mommy issues. So he's very relatable. You see his plight at the same time as villainizing his actions.
Yeah. Oh, what's he got?
This, of course, is our leading lady, or what we assume to be our leading lady, Marion Crane, but she dies very soon into the film. A very shocking turn of events for... Wait, why is he looking at us? Norman, we're not in the movie. You're in a scene. What are you doing? No, not that. No! Oh, this is not good. The audience has become the victims. Folks, we're going to drive up the hill as fast as possible. Where Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning hide from an alien invasion. That, my friends, a real 747 Boeing airplane bought and destroyed for this very scene. Check it out.
Whoa.
Everything in the background, the cityscape, the skyline, that's that big blue screen. It acts like a giant green screen so that we can digitally impose whatever backdrop we want into this shot, make it take place anywhere. It's how we get scenes from Dunkirk with Cillian Murphy, Hunger Games Catching Fire with
Fast and
Jennifer
Furious
Lawrence.
Close-Up
Marcus,
from
are we
2006
being
to
rerouted here?
2013.
Oh,
And then they changed into...
interesting. I'm sorry,
yeah,
folks. It looks like
floating
security
cars.
is pulling us from the route. Stay seated. Occasionally this happens if there's some sort of
then it
safety
became
concern.
this.
Usually they clear it up and get us back
Fast
on the
and
road
Furious
ASAP.
since
And
2015.
typically some...
They say to keep a good family, the stronger it is. You guys did good out there. And you're welcome to join our crew anytime.
And you're welcome to join my tour anytime. But for today, that's it, folks. That was our grand finale. Now we're going back to the theme park. Hope you guys had fun. Hope you learned a little something new.
That was fun, yay! Oh, it's the Hollywood sign. It used to be on the upper lot, but they moved it down here. This is where you exit the studio tour, but you might know that already. We're about to go see the Animal Actors show. And I know I got footage of that already, and of the special effects show. And I got footage of all the Harry Potter stuff, like the ride and the Hippogriff ride. And DreamWorks Theater over there, I already got footage of that. And I got footage of the Super Silly Funland ride, which is over there somewhere. And the Despicable Me ride, I got footage of the line, but I'm not allowed to record the Despicable Me ride itself. And the City Life of Pets ride, I already recorded that. And Waterworld, which is over there somewhere, I already recorded the Waterworld show. So, yeah, cool. Alright, we're entering through the express line. And here are stairs where you can go on, so you can't get up to the top. Look at me, I'm about to get going on the motorcycle. But right now, I'm getting going to Universal Animal Actors. So you're gonna get a closer look at all of the stuff they have here. As soon as the people move out of the way. Yeah, the Animal Actor setup looked a lot different when it first opened. It looked cool. This looks... This is from this YouTube video. Hey look, they used to have Littlefoot at Universal Hollywood. That is awesome. I wish I could meet Littlefoot. This is what the Animal Actor stage used to look like. It looks so fun and exciting. And get that they used to have monkeys and orangutans in the Animal Actor show. I wonder where they took them out. See, look at this. A pony! They used to have a pony in the show. You can check out that video on this YouTube channel and go to this title to find out more about that original version of the Animal Actor show.
Back up. Back up. On your feet. Back up. Back. On your work. He's like, you get 2 tiny steps. On your feet. Lie down. Good boy.
Yay!
Wow, you guys are like really nice. Thank you. Side. Side. Lie. Side. We can't lay down without barking. Straighten up, stay. Quiet. One bark. Okay, try one more time. What's your name?
Kayla.
Kayla, where are you from?
Hogwarts.
From Hogwarts.
Oh,
Very good. Come over here. And then I'm going to take one of his favorite tasty treats, place it in front of Kayla, because that is where I want Dapper to focus his attention. Then I'm going to move behind him, representing me being off camera, and that's why we call it the work away. He's looking away from me at his treat. Okay. A dog. The dog's right here. Yes. These are for the dog. Yes. There we go. Stay. He's in an upcoming SpongeBob film. Welcome out, Snacks.
Snacks. An upcoming SpongeBob film.
Backstage, there's a really big closet, okay, and it's filled with clothes. Anything you could think of to wear. There's hats, shoes, pants. All I need you to do is stay in your seat. Tell Snacks any 2 pieces of clothing, and he's so smart, he's gonna go get them for you. Okay, go ahead. Okay, that was 2 snacks. Let me get a snack for Snacks. Now head on back there and get those items. This is not a trick, it is a trained behavior. Snacks is really back there digging through that closet. A hat. Did you ask for a hat, yes or no?
Yes.
Oh, so you got the first one right.
Hey.
So smart, so handsome. There we go. Now go. He's very excited. Once he gets the first one right, he never misses the second item. This is going to be a 100% show.
Huh?
Thank you very much, Snacks.
Hey.
Let's see.
Wait a minute.
Get out of here. Where did you even get this? Come back here. Oh.
This one looks like we enter through the front and not on the side. All of this was this when we first came here.
You're outnumbered 3-1. Not for long! Give me that bottle! Oh, no, you don't, Kang! Power of cheer! You're no match!
about to leave Universal again for this trip, and there's Water World. That used to be the A-Team Stuntacular show. Started in 1984 and ended in 1987. And then it became the Miami Vice Action Spectacular from 1987 to 1995. And then in 1994, they had this Spectra Blast show there once. And since 1995, this has been the Waterworld show. Hello. And there's one more attraction to do the history of, but this one is kind of tricky because it used to be somewhere in this spot. This is where the booth for the show was. And there's this Photoland thing here where I met Spider-Man for my first time. And there's this House of Horrors place, but I can't tell where it used to be. But I know it's somewhere around here. This used to be Marvel Mania, but I don't know when. I don't know where it used to be before Marvel Mania. And then became this Chicken Run maze in 2000. And then became Mummy Returns, Chamber of Doom from 2001 to 2004. And then became Van Helsing, Fortress Dracula from 2004 till 2006. And then Universal House of Horrors from 2007 till 2014. And from 2016 to 2020, it was The Walking Dead, but the entrance is over on that side. When you turn to the left from here, that's where you used to enter. So I guess all of those attractions in Walking Dead share the same room, but I guess you enter that way instead of this way. But this is approximately where all of those attractions used to be, from what I know.
It's hard to believe.
Oh, Beetlejuice. Oh wait, Beetlejuice? One more time. Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice is one of the characters that I met during my first time here. What's up?
What's up? How you doing?
Got some. Now, there's also this thing called Mom and Pa Kettle Farm from 1967 till sometime in 1970s, but I don't know where it used to be. So that was all of Universal Studios attractions and the history behind them. And now we're about to exit the park for today. Banana! Well, that was fun. And now we're leaving Universal Studios. Bye! These are the characters I met during my first time at Universal Hollywood. Yeah, I didn't know who those two were at the time, but I'm glad I met them. Yeah, I met Spider-Man from that Photoland thing. There's the Fear Factor live next to that Hulk statue. Now, out of all those characters I met during my first time at Universal, these characters are the only ones that show up at the park today. Marilyn Monroe, Doc Brown, and Frankenstein's monster still show up at Universal today too, but I didn't meet them this time. If you'd like to learn more about Universal Hollywood's past attractions, visit this YouTube channel, ThemeSnark and Friends, and his videos about Universal Studios Hollywood, past retrospective.